I gotta make a confession. I had a facepalm moment by what I actually did about building my social media following, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. So listen carefully to this video so you will actually build an audience that buys from you. I recently heard a story from someone who had 80,000 TikTok followers, and when he was making offers, the only sound that he was hearing was the sound of crickets. Well, in this video, I'm going to explain you the exact mechanism why having a large following on certain social media platforms doesn't necessarily mean that these people will buy from you. This is what I want you to take away. If there's only one thing you have to learn in this video, it's this. There are two kinds of followers. There are incidental followers and there are intentional followers. Very close in language, very far in how much they can become a prospect and actually buy from you. Incidental followers or followers who are just scrolling, they're stumbling on your content. They are in a distracted fruit fly, dopamine-seeking, scattered rat-brained mindset, which is the mindset that most platforms operate on. Haven't you taken a look at people who are like on TikTok or on Facebook or Instagram? What is your behavior like if I would film you? Probably it's like this, scrolling from content to content to content. So they are stumbling onto content, and keep this idea in mind because this will be really crucial when I explain why this audience is very different than the other audience, which are intentional followers. They are intentionally looking for you and sticking with you. That is people who find you and they go deeper down the rabbit hole. They want to find more information, see more videos, see you as an expert on a topic, and really delve into your content. Once they see your content, they don't scroll next. If they like it, they go deeper. Now, why is this difference so important? Well, incidental followers will not see you as an authority. They're not following you. They're just stumbling on you and see you once in a while. Intentional followers, if they like what you do, they will start consuming your content proactively, start liking what you do, and see you as the go-to expert in your industry. Does it start making sense right now why this person who had 80,000 followers on TikTok didn't get any engagement, didn't get any sales from his followers? Ask yourself the question. This is also why there's a huge danger in going viral, because you might be attracting the wrong kind of followers. You might sometimes feel like a dancing monkey and being entertaining and people like it and they follow you. But just because they follow you and go viral doesn't mean that it's the same people who are actually going to buy from you. That is why some influencers, yes, they get a lot of likes with their dances and they get a lot of shares, but if they would suddenly start coaching or consulting, they wouldn't be selling a lot because people are just there for the entertainment, not to solve a certain problem or get to a certain desire. That's something completely different when you have an intentional follower who's following you. You help them get away from a challenge or frustration, or you help them with an ambition, dream, or desire they have. Then they see you as an authority on a topic. So then when you go deeper and offer a way how you can help them with your coaching or consulting, they will want to book a call with you or buy an offer that you have. So that is where I made a huge mistake. I thought that, okay, I need to build up my following. I need to get a lot of views. I need to get a lot of likes. So I'm just going to delve into this short strategy. But ask yourself, how much of those views actually turn into booked calls and people who buy from you? Probably you will hear that cricket sound again, because cheap, superficial attention doesn't necessarily mean that people want to go deep. And that is the mistake that I made by building my audience on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Why? Look at the followers on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. They are just scrolling from one person to another person, from content to content, constantly switching their attention. Can you see how that makes it difficult to stand out? They have to stumble on your content. I want to ask you a question. When is the last time on Facebook or on Instagram or TikTok, you actually purposely typed in the name of the person to see more of the content? You just have to see the content in the feed. That's why you're slave to the algorithm, because they're not in your follower network. It's completely different when someone is subscribed to YouTube, subscribed to your podcast, or on your email list. You are put in front of them and they actually want to see your content. You can positively brainwash, indoctrinate them, warm them up, persuade them, so you become the person they go to when you finally provide something that they want. The only thing that makes people proactively look at what you do is the stories on Facebook and Instagram. That's it. So I made a huge mistake with my social media strategy by focusing on those incidental followers and on these platforms that don't create people who are specifically following me. The only way how I can get more in front of them is by commenting so they see the notification, or I DM them in the messenger. That's what still works on these other platforms. So listen very carefully. If you're not building your audience on an intentional follower platform, which means YouTube, podcast, or email, you're building your business on quicksand and on a very shaky foundation. Now that you know where the best intentional followers are, it's also important to make sure you build your following on a platform that aligns with your personality. If you want to know more about that, you might want to check out this next video where I talk about how to build a brand around your personality.